If we remember from last night's excursion, you can see here the remnants of it. We lost our hero, Leo, to not drawing allies for a very long time. So when we clean up, unfortunately, Leo did have Sharon's Obol, as you'll see, and since he died, he is now killed. Patrice gets to come along for the ride and stay with us, but we're going to be introducing a new investigator. So I thought a little bit about who I was going to go with. I was thinking about pulling Tony out again, or maybe somebody else that I've already played. But I think I'm going to go with Silas Marsh. He's considered to be one of the stronger, monster handlers. And since we're only going to get 2 missions with him, we're going to go with him to try to back up the rest of the way. We'll go over his kit in a minute. We're doing Black Star's Rise tonight. So we're going to load that up. We'll go through the book real quick. We did interview Ashley, so we get to do this. And then as a fast, we can remove Doom from one of the agendas that's in play. So we need to use that to our advantage when we want to. We're going to be adding a -5 to the bag, right on time for a new investigator, right? So we just pull that out, put it into the bag. Hopefully it'll go to the right spot. For whatever reason, this -3 is still up here. Yeah, this -5 is too. It must be the way that they coded these extra ones over here. I don't really know, but it's okay. They're still the correct things. They're just going into the wrong spot. All right, back up to here. Sort the set into 2 different piles. You should have 2 piles of exactly 4 cards. Flip one over. So basically, we have to figure out which is which, and we're not supposed to know. Okay. So we just do shuffle, and then we pull out, and then we click place, and it'll put all of that stuff out. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And we take these, and we add these over to here. And then these, we need to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And again, we just add this to that. And then we put this in there, and I think that's everything. Let's double check though. Alright, so we have our agenda and our acts. We don't know which is which. Okay, set the following cards aside, and then we had to add the extra 2 that the extra 1, either way. We're going to have to do this the hard way, and then we're going to get a Madness, Pact, Cultist, or Detective Weakness added into our deck. Super fun. Oh, that's a Madness. That is not. That is not. That's a Madness. Okay. Yep. So lead investigator gets the first one. Okay. Well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. What do we do? I have to take these and okay. So that's all taken care of. We have added an extra weakness per this. Build the encounter deck. Double agendas. Okay, we went through this last time, but we'll go through it again. Alright, so the way it's going to work is there's no act deck. We need to just advance on the agendas. We get to determine which one goes on. If there's a tie, we choose. And then afterwards, we'll resolve again, playing by the rules, per se. Shuffling the encounter deck quickly. I think that's covering everything. We got the extra weakness in our deck. We have to remember to do our short supply, so let's just do Patrice now before we forget anything. Alright, well we have our old keyring. I do like Miss Doyle, but I don't want her on the first turn. And yeah, so we'll do that. We'll draw 4 more. Okay, this is one of our new cards, Plucky. It's a fast card. It's going to help with our horror. You can see here already we have some major damage dealt to us, so this is just an extra way for us to try to stay alive a bit longer. We're going to head over here to Silas. We talked about going over his kit quickly. So you can see here he's heavily tilted into combat and agility. He's not great at willpower or intellect. After you reveal a token from a skill test, you can then return a committed skill card to your hand once per round. So basically what that means is you can commit a card to try to pass the test, and then if you pass without the card, you can return it to your hand. So it's like a way to get upgraded unexpected courage on every card, but you can only use it once per round. And then if you hit your star effect, you can commit a card from your discard pile to the test, and then when the test ends, you get the card to your hand. So it's a really, really powerful star effect. It's so strong that they actually had to taboo Catastrophe because he could loop that card, and it was very, very, very powerful. So we'll do his hand. We need to hop out of Patrice and get into him. Oh, I did draw 5 again, and that doesn't work when you're not the person. Okay, so I'm correctly not in Patrice, but okay. I had done so well with not doing that for a while. Oh, and then we have to do... Alright, before we do that, let's do short supply for Patrice while it's on my brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Well, that's super unfortunate. We didn't see any of the cards that we wanted to discard, and we lost our resourceful and both of our ice picks and one of the scavenging. So that's a very unfortunate pile of 5. It also means we're likely going to draw a hand with 2 weaknesses in it. Again, very bad for her. Alright, over here. Well, we drew our signature card, which is a harpoon that you get +1 combat for, and then if you commit a skill, it gets +1 damage. So it's a pretty neat thing. Now, the way it works, it only checks to see if you committed it, not if it remains committed, so it's pretty cool. You can commit a card and then return it with your ability, and you still get the bonus damage. Well, since we have our signature weapon, we don't need our meat cleaver. We don't want this early. We don't need this. This is good resource generation, so we'll keep it. We'll just draw 3 new ones. So you'll notice that a lot of his cards are going to be skill cards. He's very light on economy. It's part of why I chose him, because he's going to be committing skill cards to tests a lot because of his stuff. So we did take in the thick of it, and we're going to have to... Oh, he still has the... That's funny. I still have the damage on him from Leo, so whoops, we take those off. He's going to take the 2 damage as mental, sorry, as physical. But we spent it on brute force, and we have 2 copies of that, and then we have Jessica Hyde, who we haven't seen yet, and she's a pretty cool ally, and we'll see her later, hopefully. Alright, so this is our first turn. We are ready to play. We begin here at the Porte de la France. Sorry, I don't speak French, so I'm sure I murdered that. We can move one doom to another and then get clues. So basically we can leapfrog the doom around and we can get clues that way. I'm going to have Silas go first. Silas is going to investigate at -1 and take heart in the knowledge that he is going to fail. He fails, so he will gain 2 resources and draw 2 cards. We'll then spend 3 of those resources to play our harpoon, and then we'll spend 1 resource to move up. If you use a skill test by 1 or less when investigating here, place a doom on an agenda. So you want to succeed by more than 1, so this isn't a good place for him to check either. Alright, so now we'll come over here to Patrice's turn. We'll start by dropping down... Actually, first we'll play the Chauffeur's Catalog, and then we'll use that to play the keyring. And then I think we play the flashlight too. Actually, we don't need to use our money. We'll use the catalog money. And so that'll be our first turn, and then with a fast, we'll drop down the plucky. We'll go from here, we'll do upkeep. Yep, there's our weakness. Both copies of Astral Mirror. This has just been not good tonight. And there's his signature weakness. Awesome. As an additional cost to commit cards, you must pay money for each matching icon, and then you can spend 2 to get rid of it. So, super not great. We'll shuffle up just to make sure, and then draw. Hey, it's a monster, and it has to engage with him, so that's easy. Okay, we're going to test. If you fail, go get a Booyah Key and potentially an Omen. We are -4, and there is stone nothing we can do about it, so let's check. Let's go grab this. There's one Doom on an agenda in play. That's right, we need to do this differently. We'll put it on the resource Doom. Yep, so there's one. So we have a score of 1, so we're going to reveal a top 5 looking for a Booyah Key or an Omen. And of course we're probably going to get both because we don't want either. There's an Omen, okay, and that's a Booyah Key. So that will go here. And I think the penalty for the Booyah Key is a horror, but we'll double check that. Why is nothing cooperating today? Yep, take a horror, which is also now out. Sorry, horror that gets assigned to our card must first get assigned to Plucky, so we just get that back. All right. Well, not much we can do about this. So it's Silas's turn. Silas has to deal with the thing that's on him. And that's very not good with Siren's Call on him. I mean, this game has been amazing today. So if we commit brute force, that would be 3. So we'd be 7 to 4s plus 3. That's still not enough to kill it, is the main problem that we're going to have here. Man. Alright, I think we need to deal with Patrice's card. So what we're going to do is evade this guy. We're +2 to that. We succeed, we can commit Take Heart to it. So even though we hit the skill, so we bring it from our graveyard, we succeed and this goes back to our hand. This guy gets evaded. It also has 0 icons, so it doesn't cost us anything. Then we move back down and we will just fight this guy with brute force, and we'll spend 3 resources because Siren's Call is on, and we will punch him. We are 7 to 2, so we're +5, and we kill it. It did not move, so it doesn't have to worry about any of that, and we don't get retaliated on because we didn't miss. So all of that is easy, so now it is Patrice's turn. She wants to get her Astral Mirror down. We're going to want to do stuff with that later. Action 2 is going to be to investigate. We'll make it a 0 test using both of our things. We succeed, and then since it was a 0, we get both clues. Then we get 1 action remaining, and we can't figure out a way to force us to use this, which would be super swell if we could. And we don't want to gain resources, or sorry, we don't want to draw a card because we're going to have to discard anyway, and if we try to evade, we're likely to fail. So we're just going to gain a resource for now. From there, we'll go to the upkeep, where she must discard 3 cards. Upkeep. That would have been good in the beginning. Another thing that we did to try to help with our sanity problem. But this will help with some other things, and maybe we can get this evasion off. We'll try that probably this turn. Upkeep over here. This monster readies. Doom on the agenda. Oh, whoops. Doom on the agenda. We'll keep them even for now. And encounter card. Okay. This one says you must set it to your hand or place a Doom. We're going to just place a Doom. We don't want to deal with that. And we'll put it on this side. Okay. There is Doom in play. Test it. It is 3. And the penalty is discarding cards. Alright. Well, let's make it 1 and test. Hey, we succeeded. Alright. So I think what we're going to do here is that is not a hunter, so we don't have to rush. So I think we'll have Silas go. He'll click off Siren Call, and then he can attempt to investigate, and he'll commit this to it. He's -1. He fails, so he gains 2 resources and draws 2 cards. Oh, whoops, not that. That. So that's his turn. Now we'll do the turn over here. We don't have the resources to play this because it's not an item and that's all that this can play. Yep. So we are also going to investigate. We are -1. Yeah. We will also fail. We'll draw 2 cards. Oh man. Alright, we need to play Scavenging this turn. And then I was trying to get more cards out of my hand, but I can't. So we're going to attempt an evasion. We're going to do this so we get +3, so we get to even. We'll do this to get +3, to get to, so there will be additional +3. So, okay, we succeed, so it gets discarded, and then we get to draw a card. All right, so then we discard cards down. Oh, a bunch of cards, man. All right. Oh, I keep doing that. We'll keep them split for now. Encounter card. Test agility. It is agenda 1, so the penalty would be 1 damage and 1 action. We are +1 base. We'll go +3. I believe that's... There's currently 2 is the most, so since it's split, that's a success. So we'll draw a card, and that will go away. We'll come over here. There is Doom. There is 4 Doom in play. So we are even. We'll go +2. We'll go +3. We'll go +4, and we'll keep this in our hand. Reveal another token. There is 2, so it's a pass, and it's not attack or evasion, so we're fine. So this succeeds, and it succeeds by 2, so we get both horror heals, which is great for us. That'll go there, that'll go there, that'll go there. Alright, well, there's a monster up there, and that's not Patrice's bag right now, so Silas will head up and grab the spawn. Now we're going to fight. We're going to fight committing daring to the test. So we go, so we get +1, so we're 5. This gets us to 8 to 4. And we'll also commit resourceful, so that gets us to 9 to 4, so we're +5. So this is a 0. So what we get to do here is we get to use Silas Marsh to return daring to our hand, using his ability, and then we succeed as a 5, 6 to 4, so it's 2, and then we committed a card, so we deal 2 damage. And then resourceful goes off, and we get any card from our discard pile that is a survivor card, and we're going to grab the brute force because we want to be able to hit really hard. We're going to fight again, and we're going to commit daring, so now we're just +4. Of course we fail. So he gains retaliate, which he already has, so we'll just take our punishment. There's nothing we can do about it. Alright, game. Alright, so we moved and fought twice, so that's it. Now it's Patrice's turn. She'll move up. So we have some options here. I think we are unlikely to successfully evade this monster, so we're not going to try that. We're going to use our Astral Mirror extra action to drop our violin in. We're going to use our violin to discard our flashlight to draw a card. No, not draw a card. Alright, I drew a card. That actually changes everything, yeah, so I guess we'll play Spectral Razor and we'll fight that guy. And as part of it, we must engage it, so it comes to us. We are fighting 6 to 4 is +2. We'll commit this to be +3, and Silas will commit this, so we're +5. Sure, yeah. We succeed, so resourceful goes off. We can search for any... ooh, yeah, we can get any survivor card, and we're going to grab Plucky. We're going to throw that down. This does 3 damage because it's non-elite, so this dies. And then Guts resolves, so Silas draws a card. And then with our final action, we will commit the keyring and the flashlight to make it... Oh, actually, we just need the keyring. We won't use the flashlight. Never mind. We'll just use the keyring to make it a 0 test. We succeed, so we get both clues. There's 2 Doom in play, so we're at 0, so we don't get any scavenging proc. But we do get both clues, so that's good. And actually, we only succeed by 1 there, right? So we have to put a Doom on an agenda, so we'll put it over here. Alright, so from there we do upkeep. Okay, that goes into play, and then over here we do upkeep. We get ready. We have to put a doom on the agenda, so we're still going to be keeping them even, and encounter card. Test, we're at even base. Check for the man in the pallid mask. He's not in play. He is supposed to be in this deck, and that's a mistake. So let's fix that now. When Leo died, he was the bearer, and so he has to get passed off to somebody else. So we'll put it into Silas's deck. Sorry, I made the decks kind of late. So anyway, we're going to use this. So we have 14 minus 5 is 9, so we get 2. So that gets us to +2, and that's enough. We'll just test. We succeed, and we won't pull it back. And then Patrice goes. We are going to play Ward of Protection to block this. Alright, we are going to have Silas go first. He'll spend 2 actions to click that off, and then he'll spend 1 to go over to the outer wall. If you put deck on the doom on the A thing, the person here takes a damage, so we're not going to want that to happen. But that's all 3 of his actions. So then we'll bring Patrice up as action 1. She will investigate. She will use the keyring and the flashlight to make... Oh, nope, just the keyring. Never mind. To make it a 0. So we are up 2 to 0. We'll go 4 to 0. We'll go 5 to 0. Reveal another one. We succeed by 3. The keyring goes away, and we get both clues, and then we get to use our scavenging, which we will, and we'll use a thing off of here to play back the keyring. And then with our third action, we will use the keyring. We are that, and it's a 0, and we succeed. And we could use scavenging again, but of course now it's exhausted, so we can't. Is there anything neat? We could spend stuff to put doom on agendas, but we don't want that, and we need 6 clues to get into the church. So we're going to hold off on that. We'll discard this and go to upkeep. Oh, we didn't. We could use our violin, and we will. Okay. Then we'll go to upkeep. Upkeep over here. Okay, we got another weapon, which we don't really need. Doom on the agenda. So we're not going to put it on the A deck this time because we would take damage. So by avoiding it, we just put it on the B deck. Encounter cards. Okay, we will take this. When you succeed by a skill test by 3 or more, you'll fail instead. So we're going to have to pay attention to that. Over here, we're going to do an agility test. We'll take a damage and lose an action if we fail. Alright, we are -1. Let's start by finding out what we're going to pull. Oh, we're going to fail no matter what. Great. So let's take heart in the knowledge that we are going to fail this test. So we're going to take a damage and lose an action per crashing floods. This goes away. This goes away. Whoop. We gain 2 resources, and we draw 2 new cards. And what does panic say? After you play, engage, or gain a money, you cannot take those actions. All right, well, that'll be what it'll be. Okay. Well, we're down an action. We need to move out of here, so Patrice will move up to the North Tower. If you put Doom on the C deck, you take Horror. Well, that's not great for us either. That was moving. Remember, we lost an action. So we're going to investigate. This is a 2. So we'll use our keyring to make it a 0. We'll use this to go +1, so that's 3. We'll go 4, 5. And we're not going to have an action to play this, so 6. We succeeded, and we succeeded by enough to play something, so we probably will. And we'll take 2 of the clues. And then let's grab, with our scavenging, we can get an item. So we can grab our ice pick here. That's not a bad choice. I'm really looking for the other Schofner's catalog, but I don't think we've hit that yet. We could grab another keyring, but I think I want the ice pick to get bonus clues if we really need to. So let's do that. That will be the last catalog, so we're going to have to refill when we get to the next opportunity. But that's all of the actions for Patrice. So now Silas has some options. We could go up there, but on the off chance that we have to place Doom and whatever, we don't need to take Horror, so let's move across to the steps. After you enter, you must discard an asset or draw the topmost cultist in the discard pile. So first, let's see if we have a cultist. We have a monster and a monster, so there's no cultist, so that's not an option, so we must discard an asset. Well, we only have our harpoon, so it'll be that. Well, it's a good thing we have these backup weapons, right? So we'll play our meat cleaver. Whoops. So the meat cleaver is cool. It gives you +1 combat. If you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity, it also gives you a second combat. So right now we have 3, so it'll work. And then when you can also give yourself a horror to deal a damage, and if you defeat an enemy with it, you can heal a horror. So it's a way to like kind of juggle horror around. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we won't need to take too many penalties with it, right? So we moved, we've played this. If we draw a card now, we're going to have to discard. We could play the sledgehammer, but it's two-handed, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It was mostly, I like to have 5 weapons, and the survivor weapon pool is not great, and I didn't want to play Fire Axe, which is the other option. There's a cool Silas build that plays Fire Axe and Dark Horse, but that's not what I'm playing tonight. Yeah, that would have been a really bad red squid, but alright. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, we're just going to gain a resource here. So that's all of our actions. So we discard this, go to upkeep. We went through our deck there, so we're taking a horror. And then upkeep over here. Okay, as another item. Keep doing that. Doom on the agenda. So now we're going to put it on the A. This only triggers on C, so we're safe. And then encounter cards. Okay, we're going to test willpower. The penalty here is take a horror and discard, so we don't really want to do that. We are -1 to this test. Unfortunately, we can't do too much about it. Let's go to even with this, and maybe we can get lucky. Alright, well, there's 4 dooms, so that's a fail, so we're just taking the penalty, which is going to be discard a card from our hand, and we get to choose that, and we take a horror. Yeah, we're going to choose our sledgehammer. That's just the least valuable card in our hand right now. Alright, we're going to hop over here and take a look at our encounter deck. Oh, hey look, it's a cultist. It's got to go in an empty location. And we will put it in front of us because we don't want to come back into the broken steps. That seems like a bad idea. Alright, so we do need Patrice to go first for a couple of reasons, but we must have people at the steps that have 6 clues as the primary one. So she's going to get the clues here at the North Tower. Once again, committing the keyring to make it a 0 test. And then we will commit cards in our hand as well. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're 6 to 0. We succeed. So we're going to use our scavenging. We get to take both clues. And then we can play any item from our discard pile. And we just put a Chauffeur's Catalog in there on purpose. So we could play it. So that's 2. 1, 2. At some point it'll go down. There we go. The old keyring itself goes away, unfortunately. We could loop it there, but I think it's more important to get the catalog back up so that way we don't run out of money. That's action 1. Action 2 is going to be to come into the broken steps where we're going to have to discard an item. Sorry, discard an asset? Is that what it is? An asset, yeah. Any asset. We have a lot of choices here, but really I think that we want to pick we want to keep this for the soak. We really do need to stay alive. I think the least important thing that we have is the pick, so I guess we'll use that. And then we have 1 action remaining, so we will use it to move. We'll move into here. We must spend 6 clues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We move into here. If there are 2 agendas in play with different numbers, it gets more shrouds. So right now they're even, but they're about to advance, so it'll get harder. when this is revealed, put a bunch of the other locations into play. So we're going to have to go do that. So in here are the other locations. I believe this is all of them. Let's make sure. Yeah. All right. So bear with us as we find the best way to indicate what goes where. All right. Well, I guess this is functional, right? The tower is at the top. This is there. These two are connected and they're at the bottom. All right. So Patrice has done all these things. We'll see that you can use the violin as a fast, so we'll wait to see if we need to help Silas with a check. This will engage with her. So we'll have Silas fight. As we said before, we'll get the bonus. So we are 6-3, which is +3. And then we're going to just commit this to the test. We're going to return it to our hand because we're going to succeed anyway. And then we are going to defeat this monster. And then since we defeated a monster with the cleaver, we can heal 1 horror, which we will take advantage of. The next action, we're going to play these track shoes down. These are better with drawing thin, but they're still good. They give us a stat, and they let us move a little bit extra sometimes. So with our high agility, they're pretty easy to pass. All right, so he didn't need our help, so we're just going to discard this for a resource, and then we'll go to the upkeep. There's another friend. Doom on the agenda, so now we have to decide. We're going to continue to put it, we're going to pick this one to be the one that goes forward. Shuffle the encounter, discard pile, and both copies of Title Terror into the deck. So we put this over here, search, and we grab the 2 Title Terrors, which do not have victory. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Check the C deck. If it has 2 or few Doom, it does not. If it has 3 or more, mark it Doubt. So we need to mark it Doubt. Okay. Yep. All right. Now Ancient Evils also has Surge. Super fun. All right. And then encounter cards. Monster, that's fine. Scary monster. So this has to part at the port or at the chapel. We're going to pick the port because, what are the options? The port or the chapel? Where is the chapel? Wait, what? Am I just bad at seeing? Is it not in play? Did I make a mistake somewhere? Whoops. Oh, yep. I missed this. Okay. But yeah, we can't enter the chapel, and so we want to send this guy far away. He'll hunt us, so he'll find us eventually. Alright, we'll have Silas go first. Silas will fight the Buyaki, or Bayaki. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. I think we want to get the horror heal from our cleaver. So we'll take a horror so that we get the extra damage, and we will not commit quick thinking. So that gets us +2, so we are 6. 6 to 2 is +4. That's a success, even though there's 4 Doom on an agenda. So that's 2 damage because we did the extra horror. Now we'll attack, and this time we'll commit quick thinking. And we succeed, and we're 7, so we get an extra action. So we just use the 1 to attack. We killed it with the meat cleaver, so we can heal a horror. Quit thinking goes away. So we have 2 more actions. Let's go searching. We'll go here to the Knight's Hall. If there are no clues here, you can investigate with your agility and find the key to the tower, which is over there. Okay. Let's try investigating. We're even. Or actually, let's first try our track shoes. We're +2. That's a pull again, right? Yep. We succeed. So you know what? Let's just do more exploring for Patrice. If there are no clues here, you could test your willpower to find a guide. Well, that's going to be more for Patrice, but we can try to get this clue. We are even, so let's try it. Well, we fail. No problem. Okay, so we're going to start with premonition, so Patrice can know what's going to happen here. It's going to be a -4. So ideally, we're going to try to make the shroud a 0, because that's going to be hard to beat, -4. So this is a 3. We can make it a 1 with our flashlight, but we can't get it to 0. But if we make it a 1 with the flashlight, we're +1. We can get to +2. We can get to +3. So we cannot pass on the first check. So let's discard this and try to draw a card. Now we can make it a 0. So we are going to use gumption and the flashlight to do a 0. We're going to search the discard pile quick. We know we have the old keyring in there, so that's what we're going to be getting. And is there anything extra that we need to do? No. So yeah, we'll just test, because this is, oh no, this is a 5, because these things have different shrouds. So, hold on, it's still a 1. It's a 1, we're a 3, we're a 4, we're a 5. Okay, we passed by 4. This is an exact pass, good. This goes away, we don't get to use our scavenging, but we do get the clue, and we do get to use resourceful. So we get to search for any survivor card. I think the correct answer is going to be the keyring here, for a number of reasons. So yeah, we're going to grab the keyring. So we did an investigate. Now we're going to use our astral mirror action to play the keyring. Then we're going to investigate again, and we'll use the flashlight and the keyring. So we're 2 to 1, which is +1. And we super succeed, so we'll grab that clue. Whoops. And then we can shuffle in our discard pile, except for 1 card. So let's take a look here. We're going to leave the ice pick because we can use it. And then the good news is, since we... actually, we get to choose... No. Yeah, we have to do this after. We can scavenging in... we could have done that for the keyring as well. We can scavenging in the ice pick because it's a +1, so we have 3 to 0, or 3 to 1 rather. So we pass with enough to get the scavenging. And then with our final action, we'll move, and we know that we want to go here to try to find a guide, so we'll go down here. Alright, the monster phase, the title terror hunts, and we go to upkeep. We don't get to discard this, so we do that. Luckily, we drew this relatively early, so hopefully we'll be able to get rid of it by the time we get there. Alright. Stupor, parlay, draw, or investigate. Well, we shouldn't be doing too many of those, so that should be good for us. Alright, we will have Patrice go first. I have to pay attention to this too. I don't think we've succeeded by 3 or more on any of our checks, but we need to pay attention to that. Alright, let's start by investigating this location. We'll make it a shroud of 0 and test. We succeed and we take both clues. I don't think we're going to be able to go do the other thing, so let's do this test. We are +1 base. Oh man, none of this is going to be helpful. Alright, let's reevaluate. Let's try to evade. What can we do with that? Nothing. If we try to evade, we can get +2. We'd be -1. That's just not good. We can be +1 with the flashlight. Don't feel super great about +1. So I guess what we do here is we play the other scavenging for the future, and then we use our violin. Oh, we could have committed this to that. What did we do with our first action? We investigated, right? Let's say we committed this to the investigation to get it out of our hand. Now we'll discard this to draw a card. And And now we will evade. That's 7. Now we're +4. That makes a whole lot of sense. We succeed. Okay. And I realized that I was supposed to put a doom on the agenda, and I forgot. So we will do that. Okay. And then it's now Silas's turn. Well, we can take our 1 draw, so let's do that. We can play our Grizzly Totem. This is his neat card. It's really good for Silas and a couple of other people. When you commit a card to a test, you can add another icon to it, so it can be really helpful to push you over certain thresholds. I don't know, I like the card a lot. But we're not going to be any more help here, so then let's move over. We drew a card, we played that, and we moved. So now we're into upkeep over there, upkeep over here. There's Jessica, so she gives you +1 combat. She comes in with 2 damage, and then she heals. She's like Peter, but for combat instead of willpower or agility. So we're going to put a Doom on the agenda. We'll put it here, and then we will do encounter cards. Okay, so this location gets this. So this can count. I think this will, if this goes off, it will push off the ritual begins. So we'll probably let that happen. Over here. Okay. Well, even if we -2 this, we probably can't pass that way. There's not enough stuff. We're just going to fail it. Alright, cool. So we're flipping 5 cards again. Well, good news is there's no Byakhee. Bad news is there was multiple omens. So we're going to take the 1 horror. And that doom goes away. And it's just, if there is at least 1 omen, take 1 horror. And that horror must be assigned to Plucky. So there it goes. Alright. Well, we'll have... Oh, Patrice needs to make this test first. So it is a willpower test, so we are a base of +1. We'll go to +3, we'll go +4, and we will test. Pull again, and we succeed. So now we have found a guide. Then she will move, and she will attempt, whoops, to get these clues. Yep. Alright, so she can test. It is 2, so we'll just use our keyring again to make it a 0, and we will commit this to be +5. And we fail. Cool. So we do keep the charge on the keyring because it's a fail and you only lose those when you succeed. We're going to have, I guess, Silas go, and we'll give this to his investigate. So he is +5. He succeeds. So he'll grab a clue. Then we'll drop in Jessica as an ally. And we have 1 action remaining. Oh, actually, he succeeds, but he doesn't get the clue. And he discards this, because he's succeeded by 3 or more. Alright, and then we investigated, we did this, and with our final action, we'll draw a card. So from there, we'll go upkeep. That'll go into play. We'll go draw 1 and get a resource ready and flip our things, which is just upkeep. So we're going to place a doom on this agenda, and then we're going to have the Spires of Carcosa push this one over. So these go into the discard, or into the remove from game, so does this. Well, we can just do this. Shuffle the discard pile and the Rift Seeker's in. Ooh, sorry about that crinkle. I don't know what exactly happened there. The Rift Seekers also don't have victory, so if we find them, they get to stay. Oh, and this monster would have hunted again. Whoops. There is no Agenda 1A, so we leave it alone. Okay. Every monster is stronger now, and we can place Doom to draw cards, so we might do that. Alright, and then encounter card. It's got to go in an empty location, so we'll just put it there behind us, and encounter card. And we'll put that back there. Okay. Well, we will have Silas go first. I believe. Silas will click off the internal injury for Patrice. 1, 2. Jessica would have healed last turn. And then let's do a draw action. Actually, let's do a resource action. I don't think we want to do anything else. We don't want to move in here because A, he's going to be coming next turn, and B, this guy doesn't hunt, so we don't have to really worry about it just yet. So now it's Patrice's turn. Let's try this investigation again. Alright, we'll succeed this time. Did we want to commit cards? No. So the old keyring goes away, and we get both clues. That's action 1. Action 2, we'll play Madame Labranche. We'll use our violin to discard this to gain a resource. We investigated, we played this. An agility test we are unlikely to pass. Yeah. There's no way to make a willpower check right here. So I guess we will just gain another resource. Discard our hand and do the up. Well, these guys will hunt, and then we'll do the upkeep. Okay. There's our net. That'll be cool. Doom on the agenda. We're going to put it over here. And encounter cards. Okay, buy a key. We just keep finding this. Alright. Can we potentially even pass this? No. There's nothing we could do. So we're just going to check. Alright, cool. This is the full 6. There's a Bayaki, I think. Yeah. And we hit an omen as well. So after this, okay, it just comes into here. Great. Does this look at? What is it? Reveal the top 6. Okay, so I played this wrong last time. It's supposed to be look at, not discard, but it's okay because we shuffled it in shortly thereafter anyway. It's not a big deal. I think we shuffled it in the next turn. Alright, well, suddenly everything is super scary. Alright, let's use our fast window to play Premonition to get some information. Well, that's great information. Okay, well, this doesn't hunt, so that's super important. So I think what we're going to do is let her evade this, and we'll ignore it afterwards. So we're going to have Silas go first. This also would have healed last turn. And Silas will do brute force on the Bayaki with a basic attack. And sorry, she needs to use that to evade. Never mind. So she's gonna use that to evade. Oh, and actually with that, it's a monster, so she actually gets bonus. Ah, well, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, we'll let Silas do the thing. So Silas punches that guy and kills him with brute force. I'm gonna regret this, but we're gonna just move up. He's gonna get engaged by both of them. And since we can't kill the Title Terror this turn, we're going to kill the Acolyte this turn. And we will commit... Oh, actually, we have this. Never mind. We're going to commit this and fight the Title Terror. So we are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the Terror. Oh, I love you, game. Alright. So we fought, we moved, we fought. My plan was to use the quick thinking, so I guess we'll use Silas's ability to take that back. That is a brutal red. Okay. So now we are going to use... Oh, we used our premonition. We're going to use the gumption, the grizzled rather. So we get +3 to this, so we're +1. No, we needed to have her go first. So, yeah, that's fine. That's it. She evades him. I don't think we can pass that, so she's going to move up here to try to be helpful. And she actually needs to investigate to get a scavenging trigger. They are now the same agenda number, so this is just a 3. She has no thing, so she'll go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's +5. Alright, she succeeds, so she'll use both scavengings. And we're going to play some stuff. So we're going to play Old Keyring off of the catalog. And play this catalog off of that catalog. Keep that loop going. Okay. That was a pretty decent situation, I guess. Alright, now it's time for him to get punched, which he will. Jessica will take the 2 physical. Unfortunately, he needs to take the 2 mental, which is super dangerous, because now we're on the edge. Upkeep over here. He will ready. Upkeep over here. Okay. Jessica, I think you're going to be long for this world because Pete's got to come down and do his job. We're going to use our fast window to discard the empty flashlight for another ice pick. And then we are putting a Doom on the agenda. We're going to keep him even as we have been doing, and encounter card. There is Doom in play. There is 5 total Doom. So we will test, and we will test. We are together, so we'll commit this to get to -1, and we'll commit this to get to even, and hopefully Lucky nope, Lucky cannot bail us out. Oh no, hold on, we can use Grizzly Totem, which we would, and then Lucky does bail us out. Now we don't get the extra action, but we don't discard cards, and we really need to keep Pete. This heals 1 horror, not 2, because we didn't succeed by 2 or more. But the totem can add the 1 to the quick thinking, which I would have done. Okay. We're making another test. Cool. We are agenda 2C, so it's 2 horror and discard 2 cards. Well, we can't do too much about this, so we're just going to test it. We are +1. We could go +2. We'll go +1. Of course. Alright, so we take 2 horror. We'll put 1 on Miss LaBranche. And then we discard 2 cards from our hand, so we get to choose. We have monster and extra dimensional. That is a monster, so that will give us +3 to it. So we're going to discard resourceful, even though we kind of like it. Alright. We're going to try to help, so we're going to begin by fighting with Grizzled, and we're going to use both ice picks to give us another one. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 4 is +3, and it's a basic attack. So we're going to commit the brute force as well. So now we are +6. Alright, well everything works out sometimes. We are going to choose to leave the Watcher from another dimension in the discard pile, and shuffle the rest in. And then, since this was committed to a basic skill test, it deals 3 damage, and then we'll use one of the ice picks to actually make it 4 damage, since we're fighting. And that will kill the Title Terror. And that's action 1. That is not a play engager resource, so we can do more stuff still. Oh, these aren't play actions, they're reactions. Good, good, good. I didn't do anything bad. We have no cards in our hand, so Madame LaBranche will draw us a card. Alright, we did find a guide, so we can go into the chapel, so I guess we'll go do that. There's a ton of clues here, so let's start getting clues. The shroud here is 2, so we'll make it a 0 with our keyring, and we will investigate. Pull again. And we succeeded enough to use scavenging, and we will, to get back the ice pick that we discarded. So we fought, we moved, we get 2 clues. And it looks like since the chapel has victory and stuff on it, that we're going to need to get into the tower. All right. Oh wait, that was just discard cards and take horror, right? Yeah. All right. So now it's Silas's turn. So Silas will fight the enemy he's engaged with using the meat cleaver. So we are 6-3. Oh, actually we're 7-3 because we have our Jessica down. So we succeed. It dies. We heal a horror. And then I love you, Jess, but it's time for you to go because we really need Pete. So let's get him down. And then with our final action, I think we just gain a resource here. We can't go fight this yet because we don't have space to do so. Okay, we got some breathing room though, so we can do upkeep. Oh, we need one more card. And then that goes there, and then upkeep over here. There's another weapon. Doom on the agenda, get them back to even, and encounter card. Alright, he is even to this test. Let's go +2. We succeed. Nice. Don't have to reveal any cards. Much better. The man in the pallid mask is going to show up. So we're going to search his deck, and he has to go from the furthest from him, which is going to be over here. Right, because that's 1, 2, 3 spaces, yeah. And he's basically going to be in play now, because there's no way we're getting back there. Oh, this monster would have hunted. Alright. So that's that. So we'll have Silas go. Silas will move into here, get engaged on. We'll punch with the meat cleaver. That, I think, is a failure. Yeah, that's a failure. Oh, actually, we are 5-3 is +2, and we committed nothing. Yep, it's just a failure. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. But we'll punch it again. Alright, game. Yeah, you got me today. We'll click this off. We'll make the test a 1. Or, yeah, we'll make the test a 1. We'll commit resourceful and Miss Doyle. So we are 4-0. We'll throw this to gain a resource. We succeed. Alright. We have nothing to play anyway. Resourceful gets us a card that we're going to have to discard anyway. We're just going to leave the Watcher in the discard pile. And these will go away. We will grab our 2 clues and end our turn. Yeah. So now he gets hit. He'll take the physical damage, and then Pete will take the horror. Okay, and then we do upkeep. Oh, and this monster hunts again. Alright, and then upkeep. Oh, where'd it go? There's the upkeep. Alright. Doom on the agenda, so we'll put it over here, and encounter card. He needs to go somewhere. We'll put him here. Counter card. I will put a Doom onto an agenda. Okay. Well, we'll start by investigating the location. We'll make it a 0 again. And we'll commit resourceful, so we are 3-0. That's enough to be successful. We get any 1 survivor card back from our discard pile that isn't resourceful, and we're not going to have the action to play her, so we'll grab that. Yeah, sure. Actually, no, we won't grab that. We're going to grab Miss Doyle, because we're going to have to commit cards, and we can't commit multiple cards because of that other thing. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Okay, everything gets mad at me sometimes. So we succeed and we grab both of these clues. Whoops. And then we are going to move down. This Tidal Terror will engage us as part of that. We are then going to play Spectral Razor. We will exhaust our ice picks, we will commit Grizzled, we will commit Gumption, we will commit Mist Oil, and we will commit the Idol of Xanatos. So we are 6. Sorry, it has 2 fight. We're going to reduce it from 4 to 2, so it's 2. We are 6 to 2, which is plus 4. And then we're going to get plus 3 from this, so we're plus 7, plus 8, plus 9. And we succeed. And then we'll throw in the ice picks to deal 4 damage because it's not elite, and that will kill it. And that's all 3 actions for Patrice. Now it's Silas's turn, and let's see if we get trolled. Let's commit Overpower. We have it, and we have our totem. And then we'll take a horror, which we'll put on Pete to do an extra damage. So this time we succeed, and we succeed without the overpower, so we're going to return it to our hand. And so we are 6 to 3 is plus 3. Oh, we could have been lucky. Alright, whatever. We succeed and we kill it. And then we heal a horror, which will heal off of ourselves and not Pete. And then with our final action, we're going to make this investigation with our agility. We're plus 4. And we succeed, and we can commit any card in here that's a legal agility card. So we're going to pick Resourceful, because Resourceful then lets us take any card back from our hand, discard pile to our hand. So we're going to grab Brute Force, and then Resourceful comes to our hand because that's the way our super star works. And then we can flip this face down to indicate that we found the tower key. So we've been to the chapel, we now can go into the tower. We are kind of set up, and we have our guy here. And that means we're actually going to be advancing one of the agendas. Neat. Because we didn't get to kill him. Alright, so, oh, we could use Madame Labranche to draw a card, and then I'd rather play Premonition and know what the next test is going to be. Alright. Upkeep over here. That goes into play. Upkeep over here. Doom on the agenda, and then because there's one in play, no matter what, we're going to be advancing. So let's get rid of Surge on Ancient Evils. Whoops. And then that's going to also take the one off of the Acolyte that's there. Whoops. Okay. Spawn the set-aside Beast of Aldebaran in the tower. That's not it. We're going to be doing this, I believe, as well, though. Check the campaign log if Ashley Clark is not killed, but she is. Remove the set-aside Act 3A card from the game and advance to Agenda 3A. Okay. So that goes away. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. I'm reading this wrong. Or I'm not understanding this. Advance to Agenda 3A, which is this. Remove the set-aside Act 3A card from the game, which is that one. Okay, so we went the wrong way. Or whatever, I found the wrong one. And it says here we have to go through the other one. Alright. So then we get our encounter cards. Okay. Bad Guy's Grasp. Remember, we can't say the name. After a Doom is placed on the A deck, take 2. Okay, well that's going to be happening. Super cool. And then over here. Okay. Oh, I didn't shuffle. Never mind. I put these. No, I did shuffle. Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be what it'll be. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is have Silas come up and click off the weakness, because we don't need that in our lives. That means, oh, Pete would have healed last turn, and then he heals this turn, so he's back to normal Pete mode. And then over here, as Patrice, she'll move into the Gothique. Well, we don't want to do that because that'll hurt us. And I don't know if we're going to need these clues, but I definitely want to use investigating. So let's investigate. We don't have great things to do that with, so let's play read the signs. So we get 6 to 3 is plus 3. Let's go plus 4, plus 6, plus 7. And then we get, we knew that it was that, so let's do this to draw a card. Plus 9. So we succeed, and we succeed by enough to get both of the clues, and then we also get to activate both of the scavengings. Group, so flip, oh, whoops. So that's for moving, that's for investigating, boop, boop. Search, we're going to want to play the key ring for sure, where'd it go? That's 1, and I guess the other ice pick is 2. Okay. We have 1 action remaining. We're gonna... Oh, we do have a card in our hand, though. We can't use LeBranche for that, so let's draw a card. And there's no value to keeping that, so what we'll do is use... Oh, we used the violin already. Never mind. Do we play this over an ice pick? No, we don't need to. So yeah, we'll just discard it. That's fine. Alright, upkeep over here. Oh no, we need to spend 2 clues, I'm sorry. 1 clue, 2 clues, and we're going to put a doom on this agenda so that way it'll advance. And when we do that, we each draw a card. Oh, I should have did that earlier then. Sure. Oh, I haven't been calculating the extra fight. I don't know, it's too late now. Alright, so then we go to upkeep. So we discard this and draw up. Upkeep over here. We get ready. Now we have 9, so we need to discard. So we'll just discard the sledgehammer. Doom on the agenda advances this one, huzzah, which says to remove this from the game and get the Act 3C card, which is this one. Okay. We need to get to the Abbey Tower and have no clues on that location, so that's over there. We did find the key, which was here, so we can go in there now. Alright. What kind of monster is this? It's a monster. Alright. So Patrice will go first. She'll move in. Whoops. You can only discover clues if you have no cards in your hand. Okay. Well, that'll be a fun game to deal with in a little while. Luckily, we have our ability here to dump cards, right? So we're going to try to evade first. Actually, do we want to fight first? Let's discard a card to draw a card, I guess. We'll start there. That doesn't help at all. Okay. We're going to get +3 from this. We can't do both Last Chance and Ice Pick together. And we really want to succeed. So let's try fighting with our Ice Picks. Yeah. So that's 4. +7. So that's going to be, right, so 1, 2, and 3 is 5. So 7 to 3 is +4. Okay, we succeed, and then we'll deal 3 damage with that. There's nothing else we can do with this stuff, so we'll try to evade at even. Hey! Everything's coming up Millhouse. So we'll do that, which then lets us once again just keep this one card. We're going to lose the ice picks, but Not seeing this is going to be great. And then with our final action, we're going to sneak down this Five of Pentacles. I realize now I forgot to do this. So when we advanced, I was supposed to do this last turn, which was take 2 horror. Oh, I should have actually done that. Alright, well, I screwed up, so I can't do anything about it. And then this also would have happened, which is 2 damage. And we get rid of this. So A is this one when we advanced before this would happen. So all is well now. We have fixed it. So Silas will now move 1, 2, and we will fight the beast. We will use brute force. So we are 7. We will use the, or I guess we would have used the, no, I didn't say it, so whatever. We will use lucky to make that a pass. 4, 7, 8, 9, minus 5 is 4, yeah, so we deal 3 more damage, getting him to 1. Alright. Oh, we could have used the track shoes, yeah, let's do that, to move in faster, yeah. So basically when we get from here to here, we move up, so we have another action, so we'll fight with the cleaver, we'll commit overpower, and use Grizzly Totem. That's based on the doom, and there's no doom, so it's a 0, so it's a pass, so I'll take back the overpower. But that is 7, which is enough to kill the beast. Interesting, it didn't clear off that. So now we need to figure out how to get these clues, which we have a built-in way to discard cards, so that's not so bad. Alright, so we did move, test the track shoes, fight, fight. Alright, so upkeep over here and ready, discard this. Upkeep over here, put that into play, Doom on the agenda, and encounter cards. Okay, we're gonna have to put 2 Doom on this cultist, which is super scary. We have to go kill that guy now. And then check this. Agenda A is the one that's in play, which is brutal. We don't have Water of Protection. So it's taking damage, which isn't so bad, but losing all 3 of our actions. So let's start with Premonition to see how bad this is going to be. Okay. Okay, we can do that now. So we just have to get +1. Well, there we go. So we pass, and then we just know we're going to keep the Watcher from Another Dimension in the discard pile. And that'll be that. Alright. Then we'll have Silas go. Silas will click off the internal injury, and then move down, and then he'll test with his track shoes, reveal another token, and that's a success. So he'll move over, and then it's Patrice's turn. Patrice will investigate. We'll use Deny Existence and Gumption to reduce the shroud value. So we're 3 to 1. We'll use the keyring to make it a 0, so we're 3 to 0. And from there, we will investigate. Of course we fail. Of course we fail. We keep our keyring charge, so that's something. We'll try again. 2 to 1, so we're +1. We succeed, and we'll try again. And this is Doom on the agenda, so there's only 1 Doom on the agenda, so we pass. Man, was that a rough sequence of events. Oh, we could, you know what, let's draw with Labranche. We would have committed that, so we would have succeeded anyway. We would have done that on the first test. We would get Gumption back. Oh no, we would have failed. We would have failed with it. We wouldn't be able to get Gumption back, and then the second time we do it. Okay, never mind. Okay. But yeah, we don't get to use our violin because we used our stuff. We passed 1 investigate. Alright, so upkeep over here, and upkeep over here. Doom on the agenda, 4 of 8, and encounter card. There is Doom in play, it's 4, so we're testing at -2. Let's go, oh, whoops, +1. 8, so we have 7, so we get that, so we're +3. We succeed. Home. Okay, so this agenda's not in play, so we don't have to care. The C one's not in play. It's an act deck, so we just test. But we want to get cards out of our hand. This one we need to keep. This one we want to commit. And then actually this heals horror, so now we want to pass. Whatever, we just did it. So 6, so we fail. Alright. Should have thought more about it before pulling. But that's fine. So now we are going to investigate this location. We're going to play read the signs, so we're going to test 6 to 3. And then we need to get all the cards out of our hand, so we're going to do that. So pull again, and we succeed. And we succeed by enough to get 2 clues, and we get to do resourceful. So first we'll take... Whoop, come on, game. First we'll take the 2 clues. Then we're going to grab, I think it's the gumption that's in here. Or is there a last chance? No last chance. So we'll grab the gumption. Flip that over. And then I don't think we have anything to scavenge. I think everything was not an asset, right? Or not an item? Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll commit gumption to the investigate. Using this to make it a 0. We'll use LeBlanc to draw a card. And then we'll turn this into a resource. Actually, we'll commit it to the test. So only way we could fail is red squid, but the game has been great tonight. Okay, we pass. So we grab the last clue, and then I believe it's just no clues in the Abbey Tower. Well, nope, Silas has to be here. Okay. Well then, yes, Silas will just walk over. 1, 2. That's easy. Alright. Resolution 2. Huzzah. Yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Alright, resolution 2. Take all the tokens out and then add 2 cultists and 2 elder things. So I think we have cultists already, so we're just going to add 2 elder things. Let's go back. So I don't know if you noticed last night we lost Leo, so that's why I'm playing Silas tonight. He was the best person I could think of to deal a bunch of damage on short notice with only 3 experience. So I was hoping to unveil him in Return to Circle, but maybe I'll still play him there. We open the path above, and we get XP equal to the display. Alright, so we head up over to here. Just need to notate what we did. Open the path above. And then the display is 6, which is not bad. It could be worse. So we get 6 more experience. Yeah, right? So yeah, we'll get our 6 experience. I'll figure out exactly what I'm going to try to do with the Silas deck. There's just not too much. The Patricia deck is doing great. She was helpful. The Grizzled were actually really strong. There's a lot of monsters in this one, and we were able to ice pick our way through a lot of monsters to help the team. She killed both Tidal Terrors without Silas helping, so that was pretty neat. The Meat Cleaver interaction is super great for Silas. He has such low sanity that it lets him stay healthy. So it's actually pretty good for us that we lost our Harpoon early, because it made me play the Meat Cleaver, and that ended up being better for us. I probably should have played it anyway to have both. But we'll see. In any case, that's it for tonight. I hope everyone had a good time. And we'll be here tomorrow to do the final mission of Carcosa, which is Dim Carcosa. And then we'll be done with Carcosa, and then we'll be heading into the Forgotten Age. I'm pretty sure we're going to do... I think we're going to do Kamani Jones. We're going to unveil him, or them. They're super awesome. And... Ursula again to try to not die. Hopefully the Obel will get us through. But we're just still going to pick it because it's really strong. But no one has lived yet with the Obel, so maybe it's just cursed. In any case, good night, everybody. Well, I don't know. Like, Kamani is probably the best fighter in the game, especially in Forgotten Age. And the 5 bonus XP seems silly. The fact that they get access to more cards than Finn, like, for whatever reason, Finn only gets 0 to 3 rogue. Like, I know why. There's some 4 and 5 power cards that are insane for him, but Yeah, I brought Finn in when Ursula died last time, so we've seen Finn. We haven't seen Kamani yet, so that'll be his first appearance. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna for Return to the Forgotten Age, we're gonna do Kamani and Ursula, and it should be very, very simple. That's the dream. Um, and hopefully we're gonna try for the alternate ending, also the super ending with the hidden scenario. I have it all mapped out, so I can try to do that, and I assume things are gonna go well. They're both very strong, and they're very strong in that particular one. Yeah, I've done it before. I think twice now. But my wife and I, when we play it with our cards, like the physical cards, she doesn't like to use taboo because she doesn't like to remember them. So we played with no taboo Rex Murphy, and that's not realistic. No taboo Rex with Pathfinders is you just get every clue every time they're available. And also no taboo Milan, no taboo higher education, etc., etc. It's very easy, but we have a lot of fun, and she likes to play. So I try to keep my deck at her power level, whatever she's playing, and so in any case, I'll see everyone tomorrow night to finish this up. Have a good night, and thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, yeah, the old Seeker stuff's great with no taboo. Anyway, good night.